Your turn.
I don't have anything written, but let me get a look.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. You want to do a spin for you? Okay,
I think I got it. No,
okay,
I think I got it. I think I got it.
Go ahead.
Okay. When we sat down, you were worried about that dressing slutty or looking slutty
Yeah.
on the couch,
Go
right?
ahead, please. Mm-hmm.
So I guess I would say something like, Kirsten dresses like getting fucked would keep her alive longer. Is it working?
Ooh. Oh, that's so
yeah,
good.
See, I didn't write it down because that something is always firing up there.
You're always thinking of something mean about the person you're with.
Yeah, that's why the mean things roll off because I don't.
Yeah.
I could say anything that could be hurtful, but I think a lot of times words are just words.
No, that's good. I love that.
Yeah.
I also
people don't love it
because I work on the sitcom and the sitcoms will sitcom. Oh, I like that. And sitcoms will make fun of have characters making fun of the actors, right? But it has to go off of what the actor actually looks like.
Yeah.
So those are very humbling. But
can you remember any?
I'm trying to think of any in particular that really hurt me. One was someone calling me a store brand Aubrey Plaza. They called me Aldi Plaza. That one hurt.
Someone called me Tina Buffet before.
Tina Buffet. I like that.
I guess.
Someone said I look like the girl from The Fault in Our Stars if she had less supportive parents. Or if her dad wasn't there or something like that. The Fault in Our Stars ones, though, are such a cop-out because it's the only sick girl.
Oh, you're a walk I'd forget.
Yeah. Oh my god. That's so good. That's so good though.
I was trying to think of dying girl movies.
Yeah. There's only a couple, but they keep me going.
No one cares about women dying.
No, they don't, but they're great for my PR because those girls are like such good people.
I'm trying to think what else. I do love I love a good roast like when it's my friends doing it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Like if someone else says something. Oh, I was just talking about this with someone, like how it's situational. And this was why I'm trying to be aware of our bluntness, my bluntness. I'm not trying to take over yours. But I met someone the other night. I was at this bar and it was like a tight space. And I was wearing that big white poofy jacket I have. And I like kind of jokingly said to him, I was like, let me know if you need to get around me. Because he was at like a high top table against a wall. And he grabbed my arms, a man I've never met before. And goes, you're perfectly aligned in case there's an active shooter. Had you said that to me, we would have laughed.
Yeah.
A man I don't know who, then we would have become active shooters. But a man I don't know grabbing me and doing that. And the thing is, if I react, I look like the crazy bee.
For sure.
So it's like, I just had to sit there and take that from a stranger. I did say to him, that sounds like you're an inactive shooter.
Nice. Yeah.
Because when he said it, I was like, that just 1,000% means this man is packing.
But aren't we all?
Yeah. What is an inactive shooter but an American? Which is the joke I'm working on stage.
That's a great tag.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure that out. But
I
truly,
like that tag.
I think we're at a disadvantage sometimes. As much as I joked about wearing the tubes, as like it feels like a nobody can touch this. Like you can say more outrageous things.
Oh yeah, for the privilege.
Like I can't always be like, stop, my dad's dead. Everyone's dad's dead. Like, you mean not everyone?
Statistically, everyone.
CF is way more rare than having a dad that had a heart attack.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Even if it was cancer, I don't know that I get the same because cancer's a lot more common.
Depends on the type of cancer.
A lot more common though.
Yeah. It's kind of annoying.
It's kind of the mystery of how rare my disease is that keeps people coming back.
Right. The fact that we have to Google what's wrong with you.
I would love the stats on after a show I do that I perform at, how many people Google what is cystic fibrosis.
You should reach out to Google about this and get like a Google stat going.
I want to see if I can like pinpoint how often like there's a bump in people
Googling
in that.
Your name the other day.
What is the suggestion? Because I know what it is, at least for mine.
What's yours?
Go ahead.
9/11.
Yeah, Kirsten Cills 9/11 always. Yeah.
So people don't believe it.
Yeah, people don't believe me until my mom is in the mix, and then And the documentary will have a lot of footage.
Footage of you flying the plane.
Yeah. No one believes that I'm the one who flew the plane. No, that is the number one. People don't want to believe.
I want to look at mine.
That this is the CF is true, and the 9/11 is true, because then it just proves that there just is no God, and I think that's hard for people to swallow.
There's enough Jamie Pappases in the world that I'm fine.
Yeah, I want to see what your. I'm glad to hear that it was 9/11 for you also, because
I think it said. Let me do it again. Kirsten Michelle.
Yeah, I don't like to Google myself, but I only recently found out.
There were other Kirsten Michelles that came up, but then if it says Kirsten Michelle Cills, it says 9/11 right away. Yeah. And then it says, it goes this direct to your QAnon page. Your link tree with QAnon up top.
Well, the last time I Googled myself is when I found out that someone made me a Wiki feet page.
Wiki feet?
Yeah, the
Where
celebrity.
Were your feet shown?
Instagram pictures and stuff.
Oh,
it's like
girl,
a celebrity
you cannot.
Feet. I don't. It's not even my feet. It's like pictures of me like in flip flops.
I know, not for free.
I didn't know, and there's
I did
many
a podcast
photos
recently where I made them chop out I was like, unless you're monetizing this and giving me 90% of it, cut my feet out.
I never thought about that. Okay, my feet are not in this, which is good.
You're trying to get them in there.
Yeah, a little bit.
Neil's aroused.
Neil runs my Wiki feet page.
It's an
honor.
Are we allowed to talk about this?
What?
We can cut if not, but the OnlyFans and people liking you being sick.
Oh,
that being a king.
Yeah.
Like people think feet things are weird. You have no idea. No idea.
Well, I'll say this. So at least on Instagram, I get so many DMs from people with like medical fetish stuff. Who want me to send them pictures of me just like
getting an IV?
Ooh. Yeah, but like sexy.
Ooh.
They just want like nudes, but they want me to be wearing this. Or when I have an IV
because you're easy to catch, or because they don't have to commit to you for a long time. Both.
Yeah, I mean, I think that here's my theory is, I think that there's only a certain amount of young people with medical equipment on them, let alone like who are performers and they have like enough of a presence.
I see what you're saying.
But I don't know. Maybe they just truly follow anybody who has like certain hashtags. But I get hit up all the time in DMs.
And the requests are nudes, but with oxygen on.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, next, and it'll be like, next time you're in the hospital, if you want to take any photos like in the hospital bed.
I guess I try to wrap my head around what the kink is for them, or like the origin of that kink. Like what is sexy about you being incapacitated? Because that seems
I think
yucky.
That's the thing that's sexy to that kind of person.
Right, that they can catch you.
They can catch me.
I always wear sneakers for that reason.
I know, and that's what you said yesterday, is that I can hide, but I can't run.
Oh, true. You hide, I run.
Yeah, I can hide, and I mean, I can try to hide, but no, you're right. It has to have this certain level of like, I think that there's, it's a short term. I'm a short term commitment, I guess, to guys in their mind.
They get a lot of Instagram likes for it.
Yeah, and that. Oh, and also what I really noticed just is like when I post any picture of me in oxygen, it gets a lot more like attention. But then when I post pictures of me like in the hospital, like not like, oh, I was just like at my dad's wedding, but I had to wear oxygen at my dad's wedding, but like pictures of me like in the hospital, in my bed, like when I'm really fucking high on painkillers and I'm on Instagram, like entertain me, like let's ask me a question, whatever, and that's when I get like the most responses in the world from people that don't follow me.
I have a theory. You let me know if you follow or not. Okay. Totally fine. I think there's like a wounded bird theory I have with like men feeling like they have a purpose or like a reason or to take care of you. And at this time, like women are so independent that they don't have easy ways that they can feel like they're caring for someone. But taking care of someone who's in the hospital is such a simple way of like feeling the power and like someone needs them.
Yeah, no, that's a good. I very much agree romantically that's the case.
Daddy issue thing, like people saying stuff about like daddy issues, that comes from them thinking they need to fill a void, or like thinking they have
thinking that
power.
they themselves are a daddy.
Right. Yeah. Thinking that there's some lack on our behalf that they need to like jump in there.
Yeah. I mean, I think, and I hate that somehow we've been talking about men because I hate giving men airtime, but I do feel like, not feel like, it's been proven time and again, like the men who tend to be really into this romantically are the ones who just are the guys who just have seen way too many romantic movies.
Purse holders,
and
husbands.
Right. And the ones who just want to be, who are like who saw like A Walk to Remember and thought it was the most beautiful movie that they've ever seen. And like this romantic, like terminally ill couple defying all odds. And I think that it makes, especially the guys that I've been with in the past, who, because it's a lot of like actors and writers and artists and musicians who I think it gives this like, it gives them a very big main character syndrome to have a sick girlfriend. And for like posting about it a lot. Like I dated a guy in college who would constantly post when he would come to visit me in the hospital. I'd be like, I feel like this is for you.
Yuck.
Yeah, it is yucky. But, you know, I try not to think, oh, people are, that this is a factor in somebody liking me. I like to hope that maybe I have a sparkling enough personality that has nothing to do with that.
I would think it would be not repel men, but repel friendships as an adult.
Yeah.
Like, I think people would just be like, oh, why would I
commit? Yeah.
Why would it be? Well, or just like, am I like, it's like selfishly, I'm sure people are like, this is a lot to deal with. Or like,
yeah,
I get sad about you like once a week.
Yeah. Once a week?
Probably.
Aww.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when you told me that story about our one friend comic who was visiting and staying with you, and I was in the hospital when he was staying, and he was like really worried, and I was like, I never think about it like that because.
Well, he was like, is Kirsten available for brunch? I was like, probably not. She's in the hospital.
Yeah.
And he was like, is she okay? I was like, she's literally never okay. What are you talking about?
And that makes me, I forget sometimes that, you know, this isn't just my problem. Other people have to deal with it. My mom, I am a sick person. It is me who is sick, but my mom has a sick daughter.
Right.
And my friends have a sick friend.
Right.
So I try to like be respectful of that.
But at the end of the day, you are going through the thing.
Yeah, but also like get over it.
Right. Like that's why I said once a week.
Right.
Relax.
When I'm close to dying, you'll know, and then we can all be sad about it. But until then.
Yeah, I know. I think it was I forget what I was thinking about. Probably just, we won't be able to do the podcast for long. That's why it's a limited.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I had said to you, like, even next time if I'm in the hospital for a while, because usually I'll be in the hospital for like 2 weeks at a time, every couple months. And I was like, we can just record it in the hospital room.
I'm going to look like such an asshole walking to a hospital with podcast
with equipment. No, that's why you make Neil carry it. No, the documentary crew already always looks like an asshole, so it's okay. Yeah, and it makes me look like I'm doing everything for attention.
Oh my goodness. Well, it depends on the hospital.
Yeah,
I guess you're with adults now. It's so different.
Yeah, but it does make the nurses think
that what?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
That
you're a crazy person.
Everything I do is a bit. Yeah,
but
once
again,
they know, I don't like to tell them what I do for a living.
When do you feel like you started being funny?
Oh.
Or relying on comedy. Like I read your article. I know how early in life you're like in the hospital or like listening to comedy. But when did it click for you that you were like, this is making me feel better?
Oh, like.
Has it ever made you feel better?
Shortly after 9/11. So I was dying.
Like the first plane or second tower?
in between.
In between
the first and second tower.
Got it. Did you detail right now? Do you want to just do a little quip that you lived in New York?
Yeah. Okay. So when I was a kid, I used to live in Manhattan, and one morning my mom and
New York City.
in New York City for the lay people. When I was a kid, I used to live in New York City, and one morning my mom and my brother and I were walking to school, and we were standing
early September.
Early September. I always
2001?
Forget the exact date. Yeah, but we were walking to school, and we were standing next to a building and a plane crashed into the building we were standing next to. It couldn't have been more comically bad luck. What are the odds? But it was pretty crazy. And we used to live next to the World Trade Center, so we lost our house in 9/11. And so I do a lot of jokes about 9/11. I saw a lot of people die that day. I have a lot of trauma. I imagine some of you heard about this on the news.
Only you.
Yeah. If you forgot, I swear to God, because you promised you would never. Yeah, so that's
Sorry, I just
that's
wanted
the
to
deal.
fill that in.
That's the deal. We're not just making fun of 9/11 for fun.
Right.
It's just my other thing, but
So you think a little bit after that. So how old were you?
Well, so 6? I will say I was diagnosed with CF like 3 months after 9/11.
Oof.
So 2001 was just like a rough year.
Yeah.
So I would say quickly after that is when everyone was sad around me all the time. The whole country was sad. But when I had to move to Pennsylvania, everyone knew me as the girl who moved there because of the September 11th thing. Everyone knew that
September 11th thing is a wild phrase.
Yeah. Because they're like, I don't know if it's going to stick in like long-term history, but that thing. And so everyone was really sad around me. I remember that year, like so many people like bought us Christmas presents because like we lost so much stuff. It was a very weird time, and
of course my brain just went. You weren't poor.
No, I mean, yeah, right. We just fucking lost everything, and people were real weird about it, and I was so uncomfortable with that because
you were making death and tragedy a reality for people that don't have to really face it.
Yeah, right. So I would say like age 7 or 8 is probably mine. When's yours though?
I think younger, I realized I liked making people laugh.
Yeah.
I didn't probably make the connection. Like if you watched my home videos early, my sister and I, like I know everyone is always like, oh, we put on plays and stuff.
Yeah.
I was doing bits like, we have one where I'm 4 and my mom's doing interviews. She interviewed my sister. What do you like to do? What I do? And mine's like, my name's Jamie Pappas. I'm 4 years old. And she's like, what do you like to do? And I was like, paint. And she's like, what else do you like to do? And I was like, pull down my pants.
No.
Like just pull down my pants
freak.
on camera.
Okay.
Yeah, just like doing bits like to make my sister laugh like so early because I liked laughing. I liked being silly. Like
that's so funny too and poignant because you also were reading the room.
Oh, yeah.
And knew that
I knew my sister. I knew it would get her because then my mom's like, no, and then I'm just like, whooping around in my Snoopy pajamas.
You knew that you would be able to get your sister with that pulling down my pants joke. I mean, a classic. It's not a crazy leap,
bit,
but that is so funny that you knew how to do a bit.
Oh, my sister.
Because you knew what the question would be.
My sister's very funny, too. We have one where I'm probably a little bit older. I'm probably maybe 6 in this one. And she's stuffing balloons in my shirt and pants.
Yeah.
Like up my my shorts. And I just walk up to the camera and say, ooh, I'm Kathy Ireland. 6. Kathy Ireland, like 1992 or something crazy, Sports Illustrated model. So we were always doing things.
So you had... you already had crowd work in the bag. You already had, impressions.
Yeah.
You had half of your SNL audition ready to go.
My home videos combined would be an excellent SNL audition.
I would actually love to see your home videos.
My mom is getting them digitized, and some of them obviously horrifically tragic.
Yeah.
When you like look back at them now and like some of them you're like, oh, this is actually sad.
Yeah.
Like the one of me asking if that was my dad.
Uh-huh.
And then some of them are just, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like I know everyone thinks they were like, oh, I was the cutest, funniest, like, or like they think that about their family.
Yeah. Like I was the only one who just said like the most charming things.
Yeah, the Kathy Ireland thing takes it over the top.
That's a good bit.
Yeah.
I was hoping, so when I got to watch a cut of the documentary that they made, they interviewed my mom for a full day, and I didn't get to know anything they were going to ask. I didn't get to know anything, so I was terrified. And then I didn't get to see it till it was already cut and submitted. And I was so hoping for more stories about me being like funny and like saying the cutest things. And she doesn't seem to have a single one. All of hers are like very morbid. And it's a bummer because not that I think every kid has to be like quirky and fun, but I really hoped that I would have been. And it seems like I was just like a
Well,
nightmare of a kid. Like the kid you thought might be a school shooter, but instead just turned out like just to like horror movies.
My aunt has a really good one of me being little where she said, and my aunt is pretty funny, and in Spanish, aunt is tia, so I called all my mom has 4 sisters, they were all titi something. So she said that she would always tell a joke or something, and like the room would be laughing, and I would look at her and go, very funny, Titi Millie. Hilarious.
No.
And just walk out of the room. Like, not sarcastic, like, genuinely acknowledging that she told a joke that I thought was funny and just not laughing. Very funny, Titi Millie.
Yeah, that's pretty much how my mom describes me, too.
Yeah, and
very
I think
deadpan.
I just, I was like, I get that this is funny and silly, and I would just walk out of the room.
I'm jealous, though, that you have those, like...
My mom had 4 sisters that were, like, always pretty much around.
Yeah, but you have... My mom said... She said it, and I think it was in the documentary. She said something so fucked up that my brother said that I'm worried about him now, even though he's 32.
Can you say?
Yeah, she said she's telling a story in the documentary about her experience on that day on 9/11, which can't imagine being not even 30.
And as much as you and I both say I hate when people say I can't imagine, but both of our mom's situations are
oh my God.
Actually 1 in a million unimaginable. Your mom's
terrifying.
Is like a 1 in a trillion.
But still, yes.
Well, 1 in a trillion, I should say, for Americans.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. And so she was saying, like, you know, she had this realization, and the way they cut it also, she said this really sad thing, and then I knew what joke in my stand-up they were going to cut to that's going to make me look so insensitive, because she's never told me a lot of what she told me, she told the documentary crew. I've never really heard her side of it. I just know she was like 30 years old, maybe, and had 2 kids.
Ugh.
And we
a nightmare alone.
I know, and let's just stop it there. And was just stuck on the street during having no idea what was going on and no cell phones. But she said, you know, because we were standing there and we were all these people were jumping, right? Yeah. And we were like dodging bodies. And so we saw just like a lot of really graphic stuff. And we finally like got out of the main area where it was happening. And we walked for like hours and hours and got to like a playground and sat down. And she said, she's like, and my son turned to me, which is my brother Brad, who was 10. She goes, and my son turned to me and he went, Mommy, I think I get it. Those people had to choose between if they wanted to jump or burn. And she's like, and that's when I realized, like, oh shit, my kids just grew up a lot in a really short period. And she said it like kind of casually. And I was like, and you didn't, I feel like I would be like checking in on him every day for the rest of my life. Like, I feel like that's the kind of shit, like in a horror movie, that you hear a kid say before they start speaking Latin.
But what he just starts speaking in tongues.
Right. And then you have to send him away.
Boy.
Isn't that?
I came home, so we, on a much lesser scale, like had to leave school early where I was.
Yeah, of course. And, are you okay?
No, my uncle was supposed to be on that flight. Did you know that all of our uncles were supposed to be on that flight?
Every dad. And the flight was empty then. Yeah.
No, my dad's ghost was on that plane.
That's crazy. But had Mark Wahlberg been on the flight? Have you ever heard this? Have you ever heard this?
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't happen.
Oh, yeah. I walked home from the bus stop and I was talking to my friend and I said this to her, but then I went home and asked my mom and I literally said, I don't get why this is a big deal. We bomb other countries all the time.
You're right, though. You're fucking right, though.
And my mom was
killer
like,
take on that.
had to explain to me that like stuff like that doesn't happen on American soil, all this. So I was little. My mom always had the news on, like all different news sources, news sites. So at a very young age, I understood like we were bombing places and bombs were going off in other countries all the time. So I was like, why is this? Like, why is the world shutting down for us?
That's actually such an astute. Like, usually you need
but then I was told to stop talking and not tell anybody like, that I said that.
Don't you fucking say that. Red, white, and blue. These colors don't run.
Yeah. You're not Puerto Rican today.
You're a goddamn American.
You're not.
Yeah.
Actually, there's nothing more American than being Puerto Rican because we're like in between territory and they think they know what's right for us.
That's. Neil, where were you on 9/11? He's so sick of being talked to. I'm not going to keep talking to you, Neil, okay? Unless you have a really good 9/11 story. Were you on the plane or almost?
The next thing, so I had, do you want to just do any life updates right now? We got about 30 left if you want to use it up for funny stuff.
Yeah. Yes, let's do that. And then are we going to do any
life
of the...
updates? We could do superlatives and worst bombing stories and Philly sports stuff.
Uh-huh. Oh, I love it. Okay, yeah, hang on. I want to look at the...
Oh, we can do my life update about what happened at Punchline. We can talk about it and see what happened.
Yeah. This is... Every time I think about it, it makes me...
I think this ties into you asking if anybody's been mean or done anything that I remember. So I got a text last week, as you know. Basically at comedy clubs, like if you get booked for a bigger show or a weekend, management can ask you to sign the wall. Like you get a Sharpie and sign the wall at a club. So I got to do that last year. Happy that I did it. Someone sent me a picture the other night. Not sure if you saw this. Someone has scribbled over my name at the comedy club. And I was my response to the text was, whoa, that's wild, because I just was like, what am I gonna do about that? And truly had to like think about it. I was like, because everyone's like, oh my god, who do you think did it? I was like, someone unwell. Like I haven't even really, like, it could be anybody. We know a lot of unhappy people.
I mean, I think I know exactly who it is. And
I don't.
You don't think it was him?
No, there's like, I really don't know or care. That's the thing. I was like, it's just a bummer that it happened at the club. I just told the management, I was like, I'm going to sign bigger and bring my own glass frame next time. But it's a weird thing. It's a weird thought to have to like think about that. You make someone that angry that you don't even think about at all. So I had that thought for a minute where I was like, oof, if someone's going to hate me now, they're really not going to like what's to come.
That's first of all, great opinion on that.
Well, it's just really bizarre. Like I've never looked at someone's, like, if someone's seeing someone's name on a wall made me that mad. I think the weird part is obviously that it's a comic or someone that works there, because they were clearly backstage and had access to the marker they used for the backstage. Really bizarre behavior.
And you're right, it is weird because it's likely someone that we come in contact with a lot. Like the calls coming from inside the house.
Well, probably not. I doubt we're getting booked on the same things.
Yeah, that's why I think, my theory is that you and I, the night before, 2 nights before, had a show and somebody was removed.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much access that person has to
that's the other thing, is I don't know when it happened.
Right. Timeline wise, that was my first
thought. And unfortunately, there are multiple people that security have had to remove. Due to violence and or aggression towards me at clubs. I know you're laughing because I feel the same way too, because I can't even raise my voice, so it's like wild that people get that mad. Like, just leave the room. I've never been near something that makes me that mad, and as an adult stayed in the room. Yeah,
no, that's true. Yeah. I'm someone who anger is typically the last emotion you will ever see me feel. I'm never really angry. I'm a lot of things before I get mad, and I am blown away by the idea of somebody being so upset that they would cross out someone's name.
Yeah, it's like taking your time, like, because clearly you had a fun night, you're booked on a show, you're backstage, and like, that's what you spend your time doing?
Yeah. Someone's not terminally ill and it shows. Someone has all the time in the world.
Mentally ill.
Good for you. Okay.
Mentally ill, for sure. Also, like, it's clearly someone that doesn't know me at all, because I'm a big say it with your chest person. So, like, if you hate enough to feel that way, like, and we come in contact with each other, by all means, say it. It won't affect me at all, but you could try. I don't get the purpose of doing it, like, as if I'm not gonna, like, to make me feel bad.
Yeah. Right. I guess that's the question, is what was the best case scenario out of doing that? Because it was a very blatant scribble. It was not.
Yeah, they tried.
There was no way it could seem like somebody just like did a little bit. It was a full other colored marker. Yeah. Top to bottom.
Well, I think it still was the silver marker that you use on the black wall, which is why I think it's like
top to bottom, completely scribbled. But
they didn't touch the heart next to my name. They just did my name. They skipped the heart in the year.
But they also did it just enough so. Because if you really wanted to scribble out someone's name, you could scribble it out to the point where you can't see what name it is. But they wanted it to be seen that it was Jamie Pappas.
I don't think they did that. I think they just used the same marker and it just dried up that way.
I feel like if you wanted to, you'd scribble it more. I haven't
thought even about it this far. I just saw it and was like...
Well, I'm doing it enough for the both of us.
No, I appreciate that. My thought was just like, oh, bummer for that person. Like, bummer to live life that way.
Yeah, it is. No, you're right, because should hopefully be a lot more going on.
Like,
if
you're 20 something and plus, like, I don't know. As we know, life is short, so it's like so crazy to me to feel that way about anybody. Like there's people I don't prefer to be near, but I don't think about them because I don't have to be near them. You're an adult. You make all your choices.
Yeah.
Like you're not forced to be in school with anybody anymore. Like if you see someone, it's because you want to.
Yeah. I feel like in my life, I would like to get more people on my shit list in terms of people that I know that I dislike enough to like let myself dislike. Still, I'm always like the person who's like, well, maybe they blah, blah, blah.
I don't even think maybe I just like they don't exist in my brain. Like I just don't think about people.
I definitely, because I never feel angry, definitely never think about anyone that makes me feel angry.
I think that's what was the craziest part of it all. Is like I saw it and everyone's been asking me who I think it is and like who, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It could be quite literally anybody. And like I don't mean that in like a people hate me way. I mean that in like a I don't care enough to even like like it bummed me out. Don't get me wrong. It bummed me out for a second. I was like, oh, that sucks that my presence makes someone feel that way.
Well,
but I wish I knew who it was only for the fact that like I could be like, oh yeah, that's on them, or like, oh maybe I did something wrong. I would love to take accountability, but I'm gonna say that one's not on me.
Yeah, I would say so because I think if it were on you, you'd probably see it and be like, it's probably this person who I wronged.
Yeah, I don't. Like, who have I wronged by getting booked?
Yeah. Like, I don't have, I mean, I think also because of my illness, I don't make enemies. Like, people, I don't have enemies. I'm also the kind of person who will do anything to make sure that people enjoy my company.
Yeah.
But with that, I can name one person, one in the entire world who I know wishes nothing but ill on me, and I wish nothing but ill on this person.
Well, their wishes are working.
It's working too well. And still would not think that they would.
Like, I'm not delusional. I'm sure people don't like me, but I don't think about them as individually, or like, I understand the concept that people don't like everyone.
Right. Like, if I'm thinking about the one person that I do genuinely wish nothing but bad things for because or not nothing but bad things, but no good things because that's how poorly things were left. I still would be hard pressed to take any action towards like ruining that person's life. I just don't think about them.
Yeah. What would you do if you got the text I got? Nothing, right? There's nothing to do.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I would definitely be very, I would definitely post a TikTok about it like you're going to do. I would be very taken back, actually.
Well, and the thing is, I'm hesitant about posting anything about it because I don't want people to think I'm whiny.
Yeah, but
it's just a bummer.
That feels like a crazy take to have on somebody doing that.
Yeah, but you're a woman in comedy.
No, you're right. We are whiny.
I post anything and people, what?
Yeah.
You saw that night we were together recently, last Tuesday, that horrible man who was like commenting on my weight and he was no less than 600.
Yeah. I think if I saw that someone did that to my name, I mean, I am very sensitive. So I would probably cry about it. At first, for a minimum of 48 hours.
Oh, I gave myself an hour to be bummed. That's what I told the person that texted me. I was like, I gave myself an hour to be bummed, but then, like, what of it?
Yeah.
It's not like freaking one of the headliners. It's not like Rosebud Baker was back there scribbling my name out. Like, it's not like someone that matters scribbled my name out.
Yeah.
And it's not that it's someone that's going to ever be my friend or help me. Like, I'm 31. No one that's scribbling my name out on a wall.
Yeah.
Is ever going to be on the same page or support me, and I'm not trying to win anybody back.
Yeah, no, I think that's a very good take on it.
Unless they're hot, maybe.
Yeah, well, and we'll know once we figure out who it is.
But a hot person does not do that.
Hot people don't have time for that.
No,
we're too busy making podcasts.
No, yes. That's my most recent. Otherwise, things have been really good. And but I did have a moment where I was like, oh, I'm not feeling supported, and then I got that text that night, and I was like, oh, sick. It's weird when people want to make you feel bad, because they try to make me feel bad in a way that probably would have made them feel bad.
Yeah, and hurt people, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think what someone could do to make me feel bad though.
I would feel bad. I'm the kind of, because I get so anxious that I hurt other people. If I were to scribble out someone's name, if I were hammered and someone dared me to do it, it would consume me for the next year. I would feel so, even if it didn't actually make the other person upset, it would make me feel so bad.
For something I did like 10 years later to a woman recently.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it?
In middle school, she was my friend, but then she started hanging out with this guy that I really didn't like. And she gave me her MySpace password, and in her profile was the lyrics to a Rihanna song. And I erased one line and wrote, "I'm a dirty slut" in the middle of the lyrics.
Jamie.
Who's reading all the lyrics on her profile? I felt bad about it. Obviously, and then she posted about it. And I apologized as adults. Because she never knew who did it. She thought it was, which sucked because she thought it could have been any one of her friends or whatever. Because anybody had the password. Mm-hmm. But I was telling her this story. And I thought I had already apologized. Mm-hmm. And she was like, "What are you talking about? That was you?" Like, no joke, probably 15 years past the event. And I called her, like, we got drinks, like, we hung out. And I was like, I can't believe I never actually, like, I think I was so stressed about it. I assumed I apologized because it consumed me for so long.
Yes, okay.
And we were able to laugh and talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's wrong.
But I've done that is one of two mean things. The other was the thing I said to my sister that I still think about.
Did you ever apologize to her about it?
My sister?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm sure there are people, if anybody, God forsaken, listens to this, I'm sure people are like, "You said this to me?" Like, but people take my words way harsh because I don't cushion the sentence at all.
Yeah.
I'm way more of a lover than I like to admit. Don't cut that out. I
better hear you typing, Neil. Cut that out.
People that know me know I'm way softer than they think I am.
Yeah.
So anyway, the scratch out bummed me out, but whatever.
Bummed me out too. It's been consuming me.
Well, what else has been consuming you?
I have a little corkboard with red string on there, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Let's see. Comedy life update or just life?
Both.
It's Valentine's Day. Jamie's my Valentine. She took my rose. I got my car back yesterday.
Heck yeah.
After my car was stolen, and then the next day they gave me a rental until they got my car, and then the rental got stolen the next day.
But this was the second time your car got stolen itself in 7 months.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Last year my car was stolen.
Recovered both times. Philly police 2 for 2, the only record they can achieve that for.
However, the first time was because I had an Apple AirTag in it, so I did 100% of the detective work. I got the solve on that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But then recently my car got stolen. They gave me a rental. While they looked for it, the rental got stolen immediately.
Good.
This has been a very, very, very expensive month that I'm going to be paying off for a long time.
Well, we're monetizing this immediately.
Yeah. And so if you donate now, you can help.
Yeah, zoom in on her face.
Play Sarah McLachlan.
Could you look less hot?
Yeah.
Do you have a sad dog somewhere? Maybe a kid with flies on it?
Jesus Christ.
Too far?
No, I love it.
Crank up the oxygen for this.
We got to get you one for the bit.
I know.
Yeah. Or how about next time I'm off of it, we put you on it?
I'll buy my own, don't worry.
Yeah. So I just got my car back yesterday, and I'm really, really happy about that.
That's great.
Thank you.
Are you stressed about it now every time you leave?
Yeah. It's just parked outside of the studio right now, and I'm already like, it's not going to be there when it gets back. But
I just checked my AirTag while you were talking.
Thank you. Yeah. I do feel like if it wants to leave, let it go, and if it comes back, it was meant to be.
You're talking about your car?
I'm talking about my car.
Person you dated?
No, I'm talking about my 2014 Hyundai Elantra, if that's what you're asking.
The last thing I want to wrap us up on are any bits you're working on? Anything you want to go back and forth with?
Yeah. What do you got?
Let me pull something up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work on this bit about my neighbors have this big bay window and they have a Black Trans Lives Matter poster in it. I know it's been hacky where people talk about when people started to take their Black Lives Matter signs down.
Yeah.
But these people took the sign down and it's been up there since 2020. They took it down and put up Halloween decorations, but then they've subsequently put it back up after they took down. Not just Halloween decorations, it's one of those neon Grim Reapers. And so the joke I did on stage, because it's not topical, I said they did like a neon heart And I said, oh, I guess Black trans lives don't matter if Target has a sale.
Stop.
So I'm trying to figure out, like, the not hacky version of, like, the fact that they took a poster down for a decoration instead of just leaving both up.
Yeah.
Like, what they deem more
How much-
important, what their list of
Yeah.
that's more important than Black trans lives, which is neon holiday signs. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure
Well, okay,
out
so
what the punch is for that. Because, like, walking by it, I'm like, I'm always curious. Because it is a paper poster at the end of the day. Like, you're not obligated to leave that up forever.
Yeah. Okay, so my instinct hearing it of like the take on it being that by taking it down and putting up a Halloween decoration and then putting it back up and then taking it down and then putting up like Easter implies that it's a holiday for them.
They've only
It's
taken
one
it
of
down
their
for
holidays.
Halloween.
Oh, okay. So, but they have not done it for. I feel like maybe then in the bit, it's seasonal for them when they care about Black trans lives in the same way that it's seasonal.
So, like, October is White Lives Matter month.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah. Like that. It's making me think of it as
Seasonal
decor.
allies.
It's like they're admitting it's decor.
Yeah. They're admitting, and we put this on.
It was the September decoration.
Yeah,
until October came around.
Well, it's like when the city lights up for, like, it's like heart disease awareness.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck your heart.
Okay, so there's something about,
like it
seasonal support.
Right. By taking it down and replacing it with decor, they're admitting that it is decor.
Yeah. That's funny.
And has very little to do with.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
Are you an ally even though you took your poster out? I just think, like, the person that's, like, I always picture them, like, when they're redecorating, like, they must do it in the middle of the night so no one sees them take it down.
Oh, absolutely. That's good. I like that.
That's one bit I'm trying to work on. Do you have anything?
Yeah, I have a couple.
The other thing I'm trying to work on is how men compliment me like it's tax deductible, like they're doing me a favor. Like, if you're not a skinny woman, like, men talk to me like it's I should be so gracious.
Like it should go on their resume. Yeah.
Like, I've had guys say, like, you're gorgeous. Like, I've never liked skinny women. And the bit I'm trying to figure out is, like, I have, like, a list of things men have said like that, where I say if we said it to a skinny woman, like, can you imagine if I was like, you're gorgeous, I've never loved a fatty? Like, you would never say the opposite of what they think is presented as, like, a charitable compliment.
Yeah.
And it's always dudes I don't want to be complimented by, which is
nice. Always.
And, like, they say it like they're gonna get a kickback for doing so.
But they're gonna get, like, a cash donation.
Yeah, so I'm figuring that one out.
Yeah, like you could write it off.
Compliments.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's is that the term, tax deductible, or like it's a write off?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like any drinks they buy for me, or they can write it off.
Right, they can write them off. It's like charity. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, because it's like they think they're doing you, like they are a favor to you.
Yeah, I think I want to punch up and, like, have a kick in the back of, like, when in actuality, like, I think me talking to them is charity. Like, I feel the same way. Like, I feel like I'm being charitable when I talk to these type of men also. Yeah, but there's something like it's a business to business transaction at the end of the day. Like, there's something about it being more formal than it is.
Right. Like, yeah, I feel like the funny in that joke then would be using really formal language, like a 501c3 being like a nonprofit, or like like saying like tax deductible, or it's a write off, or whatever.
I started dating him, so he has to sign a 1099 now.
Yeah, exactly.
I
feel like the more that you use that terminology, the funnier it is.
Okay.
And it's tax season, so it's technically
Specifics.
topical.
Sweet. Thanks, dude. What are you working
on? Okay, so let's see. All right, so I've been trying to work on a bit. This is just is a true story. I just don't really know what the tag is, but so
I just pictured you doing the 9/11 bit again. This is true,
but so no, this is actually more my 9/11 than 9/11 is. So my dad, my actual biological dad, when he married my stepmom, she had a daughter. So I have a stepsister, and she's been my stepsister for 10 years. And then a couple years ago, my dad actually legally adopted her. So now she's just my sister.
Wow.
She's a couple years younger than me. She's 24. And he adopted her at like 22. And he did... like he
You can do that?
Yeah, like adult adoption. Yeah.
And
it was
cheaper?
I guess so. And also like it was I've seen those videos of people doing it where it's like they cry and it's like an emotional thing. It's like I've always been your dad, but now I'm gonna like make it official. And so she had said that she wanted it and had said it in passing because she doesn't have a connection with her dad. And so he adopted her. And he got to choose, you know, like he like as the gift chose like the court date, chose the court, whatever, because the court date he was saying will be like her new birthday. And so he's like, okay, so May 11th this year, we're going to be doing this for her for Brooke's birthday. And it's going to be her new birthday and blah, blah, blah. And the thing about May 11th is that it's the only day I was born.
No.
Yeah. It's my birthday.
No.
And
no, he did not.
But in his defense, like he didn't remember that it was my birthday.
Oh my God. Have you said this on stage?
No, not yet. I might do it tonight at the Punchline show.
This is real this year?
This was 2 years ago, but this is
2
real.
years ago, okay.
Brooke's new birthday is my birthday because he chose it because it was a Saturday.
The adult adoption, I just have questions about that.
Yeah.
The purpose is like insurance?
No, it's supposed to be like a gesture. Like you can like
right,
look
but
up.
the court's doing it. Like
It's like a gesture of saying like now, like I've always like.
It's all paperwork.
Yeah, it's all paperwork, and it's all like now you have my last name.
My stepdad never adopted my sister and I because he claimed it would be a waste of his time.
Yeah. I'm glad that my stepdad did not adopt me because he's not even my stepdad anymore.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. So he chose May 11th. And there's a lot of days
that line
in the
you
year.
said is perfect, obviously. That line where you said the thing about May 11th is that it's my actual birthday.
Right. It's the only day of the year.
It's the only day of the year is my
And his daughter.
That's perfect.
And okay, you like that delivery?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Because I'm just trying
That's so so storytelling and so like gut punch.
Thank you. Yeah. Because I'm just trying to come up with the tag. I guess the tag is just true, which is that he genuinely did not know it was my birthday. He never knows that that's my birthday.
But sometimes, like, because flip side is like, yeah, it sucks to your dad, but like sometimes I'll look at a calendar and be like, oh my God, I can't wait for this thing, August 8th. And August 8th is my friend's birthday. And I just like have been talking about August 8th as a date.
Right. Just as a date.
Not thinking.
But he's never known my birthday. He calls me all the time. Like he'll be like, trying to book me a hotel room or book me a flight or something as like a gift, and he'll be like, remind me, you're the 7th.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And
there's something funny about you and Brooke dueling for the birthday.
It is really funny. Yeah. But well, actually what's even sweeter is she said, isn't that Kirsten's birthday? Like she's the one who remembered.
Yeah.
Because she's a real one. She's more of a dad than I've ever had in my life. And yeah, so that's not even a bit because it's true, but I'm willing to punch it up.
I'm trying to think what the punch would be like. Like he's trying to make it easier for himself. Like there's the obvious. Like he's trying to consolidate his life. Like everyone thought he was doing more work, but he's actually doing less.
Right.
Like,
and I feel like, do I have to say, is it already implied before I said that he didn't know it was my birthday, or does the implication seem like he did it on purpose? Because truly, in his defense, he didn't know. He doesn't know 9/11. Not 9/11. He doesn't know May 11th is my birthday.
Yeah.
In his defense, like it wasn't malicious.
I think it's funny because you could definitely do a line of like, he knows his new daughter's birthday, but he didn't know my birthday. Like something like, yeah. There's definitely something there that's funny. Like, I think it's obvious that he forgot at the very least, but it's not obvious that he never knew.
He's never known it.
So if you want it, you got to include something saying that he's never known it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess I could just say, like, in his defense, he doesn't know that May 11th is my birthday. Not like he didn't.
In his defense, I think you could say something even almost more ridiculous. Like, in his defense, why would he know that it was his biological daughter's birthday? Like, you gotta, like, you could say something like...
Yeah. In his defense, like, yeah, why would he need to know that?
Yeah, especially if you emphasize that Brooke is, like, not his biological daughter.
Right.
And, like, just emphasizing, like, because especially if you're telling that story, it makes him sound like a really good guy. You're, like, setting him up to be like, be really caring, because I'm so confused by adult adoption. Like, you're setting this up to be like, this is a really great thing. He's doing this, blah, 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 blah. But then the punch is that you've been here all along.
Yeah, and he just didn't. It never occurred to him. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to hear that on stage.
Okay, yeah, I'll probably say that tonight then. We'll see how it goes. Okay, what else do you have?
I think that's it. I think we're good to wrap up, dude. Okay. I do still. I'm Jamie, I'm Kirsten, and I do feel like we are dying up here.
Yeah. Okay. Did we do enough? Did we say enough funny things?
Probably not.
Okay. Did we say enough sad things?
Middle. I think it was good.
Are we enough?
No.
Okay.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay. We're not even going to say goodbye.
How do you want to say bye?
I don't know. Bye. Did we look at the camera?
How do you think you'll be able to do this next week?
Yeah.
You'll be alive?
Yeah, I'll be alive. I thought we were going to do more of these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm great. Are you?
I just mean, are you dying right now?
We'll see how it goes.
All right.
7 days from now is a lot of time, but I do feel like
I'm glad we caught this while you're still alive.
as a sister of Christ, I do feel like we can make it happen. Yeah.
But it'll be cool when you meet my dad,
Yeah.
I do.
I can't wait to tell him about you.
Wow, he's going to hate that. All right. Peace out.
Okay, bye.
Neil, you know too much now.